Alright guys, so here we are reaching 31,000 feet. That's gonna be our initial cruise altitude for this flight. Our final destination today is Recife, but as you already know, by this point you're gonna simulate a dual engine failure. So for sure we're not gonna continue till there. And here we can have a beautiful view from this Boeing 777-300ER. By the way, this is my favorite aircraft. Look how beautiful it is. It's really a masterpiece. Really, really beautiful. Okay. So now we are back to the cockpit. And as you can see, everything is working normally. We have no problems at all. And we are flying just fine. So let's now set up our first engine failure. Of course, if it would be a real flight, we have no way of knowing it. Okay, so it should start at any time soon. Let's pay attention to it. Yeah, here we can see that we have a little bit more than 2 hours to get there, and we would be arriving at a quite good amount of fuel there. Did you hear it? Yeah, so that was our first engine going out. And what is nice is that this aircraft is so technological that you can see that the right engine is already automatically compensating for it. Okay, so let's make the checklist. Thrust is lost on both engines. No, not yet, guys. Left auto throttle off. Okay. And let's move this thrust lever to idle. Yeah, it's been a little bit complicated, but just a second. Yeah. There you go. Thrust lever in idle. Fuel control cut off. No, we're not gonna try a restart because we know what was the problem. Both engines run normally now. Let's start the APU. That's just in case we lose the second engine. We're gonna have at least the APU to supply us with electricity and bleed air. Let's change the mode. Okay, here it's saying that we can, to fly with one engine, we have to go down to flight level 241 and keep a speed of 254 knots. Okay, plan to land at the near airport and landing with flaps 20. Okay, we have completed the checklist. Those other warnings we can ignore for the moment. Okay, we have to go down to flight level 241, and now let's check which airports we have close to us. Okay, let's check. So alternate. Okay, we can check here that we have Guarulhos Airport, the international airport of São Paulo, and it's now at 47.9 nautical miles from now. So if you multiply that for 1.8, then you have the distance in kilometers, and it's something a little bit less than 100 kilometers. So it's really close. Let's go there. I already activated it, so we can see that our road changed in the navigation display, and now we are starting a right turn to São Paulo, and at the same time we are already starting our descent slowly. Okay, so there is not much more happening right now so far. So good, everything working as normally. Your aircraft is just a little bit less with a decreased performance because we just have one engine, but literally everything is, all the rest is literally working 100% fine. So to this moment we don't have a big problem. So let's keep ahead. Alright, so now we are already heading São Paulo, and as you can see, nothing much is happening, everything is going fine. So it's time for us to have a second engine failure, and now things are it's gonna start to be interesting. As you can see here, I didn't start the descent at the time that the flight management computer suggested, because I want to have an extra altitude for the second engine failure. Okay, so let's program it. Okay, so it's gonna be at any time soon. I will pause the video here for a second. So the idea now is the theory behind losing both engines is that first, all the our aircrafts, they continue flyable. You have to We have backup systems, as we're gonna see here, that makes their plans still flyable, and basically we're gonna be changing our potential energy and kinetic energy, since we don't have our engines anymore. So we're gonna be trading our altitude for our speed, and we need to keep a minimum speed to keep flying. So continuing the video now, we're gonna lose the second engine at any time soon. Okay, there we have it. Alright, now the situation is problematic. So let's start our checklist for the second engine. And if you are wondering what would happen if we wouldn't have this extra margin of altitude, if we would still be able to land. So the answer is, in Guarulhos, probably not, but as we can see in the navigational display, we have another airport to our left that is really closer than Guarulhos, and then we could divert to this airport and we would be able. Okay, so now we cannot climb anymore. The only thing that we can do is to change our altitude for speed. We have to fly in a way that we're gonna arrive to our final approach with a considerably higher altitude than normal, so we can keep their plane at a minimum airspeed at all the times. So the situation is just not worse because we have fuel and our APU is working fine. Otherwise, we would have less displays, but that's a story for another video. Let's turn on the seatbelts and turn on the landing lights. As you can see here, the APU is supplying energy for all the for the entire aircraft. And the hydraulic is okay. We also have a hydraulic, but we have some still checklists to do. Let's skip to those. Okay, so let's do it. So let's see what we can do. Okay, it just doesn't change. Off. Let's check the second hydraulic pump. C2 air demand pump on. Okay, it's now stations now. So right now the idea is we're gonna continue the approach normally. We just have to worry about keeping the altitude higher than normal, so we can always have some energy to exchange, and in this way keep our speed fine. And when we get to the final approach, it's gonna be the most critical moment because we can't have a second try. So I will skip ahead again to the point where things are interesting again. So far we lost both engines, but we still have plenty of systems working. The aircraft is still flying. We are not falling from the sky. We are flying in a controlled manner. So let's just continue. Alright, so we are really getting closer to the final. And as we can see, we are 2,000 feet above. I'm really not sure if that's too much or not. We're gonna have to discover it. And what is really complicated about this situation is that we cannot have a second try. So or we do it right the first time, or we just can't go around. And what makes things more complicated, and to be really honest, I was not even planning that the weather today at São Paulo is not the best. As you can see, we are entering a lot of clouds now, and that's not nice. That will just makes things more complicated. Because as you can see, I can't see anything outside. So I'm just trying here to align the aircraft with the runway. But I don't know if 1,000 feet, 1,200 feet above the normal path is enough or not. If we wouldn't have those clouds, I would be able to visually see the runway and have a better idea of how higher we are, and if that's good or not. But right now I have no visual cue, so let's just proceeding the approach and hope to not be too low or too high. Yeah. So we have some turbulence as well because of those clouds. And if I'm not wrong, it's also raining in São Paulo. But let's proceed and hope to be doing it right. So that's the most critical moment of this entire flight. We are getting closer to the ground. Okay, yeah, we are quite high. So let's put our gear down. Let's put also our flaps down.
Sync rate.
Yeah.
Full up.
Now full concentration.
Full up.
Alright, flaps are set.
Full up.
Now I just have to focus on controlling the airplane. Let's go. Yeah, a lot of warnings, but that's normal. It's not a normal approach.
Sync rate.
Alright.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, we touched down. That was a even soft touchdown. Let's start braking. We don't have engines, we don't have reverse, so let's just apply full brakes. Oh, let's switch. Oh, we are getting close to that. Alright, I think we can make it. Almost there. Yeah, we stopped it. We are in the ground. Everything is everybody's safe. So if we would be carrying passengers, they would be alive. Definitely not a good approach, but we really had no options. Or you land or you land. There's no options, and yeah, we stopped it exactly in the limit with just a few meters to spare. Oh, I'm really happy that I managed to get here. Alright guys, that was it. I hope you liked the video. Here you can see that our brakes are completely hot. We lost pressure on all the tires. Oh, not in all the tires, but yeah, we're gonna lose at some point. I think our brakes are really hot. That's it. So my main point here was, like I said in the beginning, I'm not a pilot. My intention is not to show real procedures, but just to show what exactly happens if you would lose both engines on an aircraft. And that was it. If you like it, please click the like button and share with friends. Bye bye.